Good evening to you, wherever you are tuning in from. Today is November 26, 2025. Welcome. This is Younib TV News at 9 with me, Joseph Kamau, as we cover some of the stories making headlines, spanning from political matters to county affairs. However, before indulging into that, let's first take a look at the headlines.
Filed a petition for abrogation of due process by National Land Commission for moving in illegally to subdivide a leasehold property, plan, survey and settle without the authority of Kericho County Government, which is the owner of the said 2 parcels of land. We've also infringed the domain on aspects of constitution.
I want to remind the country and the people in those areas where we're having elections, and in this particular case, even all those candidates, including here in Kasipul, that the Commission still has the mechanisms to take action against any reported electoral malpractice.
Have proper provision of police officers in every polling station and all the tallying centers to make sure that Kenyans go about their business safe. I want to also address these people who are going to Kisumu, to Nairobi and to other counties to hire.
Welcome to the broadcast. Now, Security Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has delivered a strong warning to individuals intending to incite violence during the by-election scheduled for tomorrow. Murkomen stated that the Security Department is prepared to apprehend anyone who breaches election regulations, while also encouraging voters to vacate polling stations after casting their votes.
Have proper provision of police officers in every polling station and all the tallying centers to make sure that Kenyans go about their business safe. I want to also address these people who are going to Kisumu, to Nairobi and to other counties to hire and recruit goons to come and disrupt elections here and other places, whether it is Siaya, Malava, and Mbere or Kariobangi in Nairobi or in Magarini. I want to tell them that don't try that. We are going to take very stern action against the financiers, the transporters, anybody who owns a Probox or a motor vehicle or a matatu, or which is going to be hired to ferry goons. Apart from arresting the goons and arresting the planners and financiers, we will also arrest.
Now, the state bodyguards of Trans Nzoia Governor George Natembeya have been dismissed. This was stated by the Interior Minister Kipchumba Murkomen. The police officers are alleged to have collaborated with criminals, and if proven guilty, they will face termination. This action follows an incident 3 days prior where Governor Natembeya Motoged was assaulted by criminals in the Chwele Kabuchai ward in Bungoma County.
You have been attached to a certain VIP does not make you part and parcel of his campaign, part and parcel of his ideologies, part and parcel of his criminal plans. You need to know that at any one time you remain an officer of the National Police Service. So if there are any people who have been withdrawn, it must be in relation to the planned violence and the reason violent confrontations, and the fact that some of these police officers have been found in the middle of goons, facilitating goons, transporting, hiring. And It's not enough that they have been withdrawn. The disciplinary action will be taken against them, and if the charges are proven, they will lose their jobs. They will be relieved of their responsibilities within the National Police Service. So it's not enough even to complain that they have been withdrawn. It may also be that those police officers may never go back to their jobs if it is found that they were facilitating violence in any part of our country.
Now, the Kirinyaga County government is preparing to initiate a digital learning program for early childhood education ECDE students beginning next year. This program is designed to equip children for a future dominated by technology. More than 400 educators will receive training to execute the program across 200 schools. Governor Anne Waiguru has stated that the objective is to close the digital gap and ready children for the technological era.
On digital literacy and innovation, select schools have been equipped with ICT devices and digital tools, preparing learners for a tech-driven future and bridging the digital divide. The program will continue to expand to more centers through strategic partnership and collaboration.
We are living in an increasingly digital world, and our children must be equipped with the 21st century skills they need to thrive. In response to this need, my government, through the Department of Education, has already purchased digital learning devices for our ECD centers.
It is very, very important we become digital aware. We are able to use the tools to enhance the way we deliver, and also use the tools to impress our young ones, because tomorrow they are the innovators. When they see these things, they are happy. And certainly out of it, they develop curiosity.
The chairman of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, Erastus Edekon, has stated that the commission will take measures against any individual found to be in violation of electoral laws, which include voter fraud, vote rigging, or inciting violence, among other offenses. He indicated that all commission officers are prepared to oversee free and fair by-elections in the 24 constituencies scheduled for polls tomorrow.
I want to remind the country and the people in those areas where we're having elections, and in this particular case, even all those candidates, including here in Kasipul, that the Commission still has the mechanisms to take action against any reported electoral malpractice. The Elections Code of Conduct Enforcement Committee is in place, and it will remain active until we complete the elections and until the candidates who win successfully are sworn in. So that committee will remain active, and the mechanism within which you can approach that committee is when you have a complaint, don't complain on social media. Don't complain in other media. Don't lament in your house and expect IBC to take action when we have not received a formal complaint, which will be filed with IBC and addressed to either the chair or the CEO, and we will direct those complaints immediately and quickly to the secretariat of the committee that is enforcing the Election Code of Conduct. And that committee will sit and address those issues.
Well, that news from IEBC takes us for a short break. Don't go away, we'll be right back. Welcome back. Thank you for keeping it Younib TV News at 9. My name is Joseph Kamau. Now, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, have successfully recovered 2 assets valued at 604 million shillings in Mombasa, achieving a remarkable total of 1.3 billion Kenyan shillings in assets recovery over a period time of 3 years. The assets include 1.7 acres of land at Moi International Airport valued at 104 million shillings Kenyans, and a public land parcel at Buxton which encompasses Hobley Estate worth 500 million Kenyan shillings in Mombasa. EACC CEO Abdi Ahmed Mohamed stated that the recovery of these 2 assets followed an extensive court battle which enabled the commission to commence the process of returning the land to its rightful owners.
In the year 2024, which was last year, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission got orders for the recovery of this property. The property at the moment is valued at about 500 million Kenya shillings, and we recovered it after a court process. And right now, as you can see, it will be used for the construction of affordable housing. Some of the challenges, the major one of course is the delay in court. You know, the delay, the period it takes for these properties to be recovered from the time of investigation all the time up to the time when we get the orders, may at time take too long. You saw us handing over some property in Nairobi, the Karura Forest property, where we were in court for over 20 years. But the law allows us to engage in what we call alternative dispute resolution. In 2009, when we filed this case in court, we got the judgment in June this year. So this property is estimated to cost about 104 million. It is 1.7 acres. It belongs to the Kenya Airport Authority, but had been allocated to another person who again transferred it to another individual. Many counties where we are investigating misuse of public funds, misappropriation of public funds, and other offences that were committed within the counties that we are investigating. But at the moment, we don't want to say we are investigating Governor X or Governor Y, because even those people who are under investigation have right to privacy and right to be investigated without necessarily blowing things out of control.
In total, for the past 3 years, around 1.3 billion Kenya shillings. As you are aware, there were properties which were recovered a while back ago, like some houses in Kizingo, and we had properties which were recovered which were over 2 billion Kenya shillings, which includes the famous park that is here in Mombasa.
Now, in Kericho County, a collective of residents approached the court requesting orders for the reinstitution of 2 parcels of land presently managed by the Muhoroni Sugar Company. In the petition submitted to the Kericho Environment and Land Court, the residents are urging the court to affirm that the Kericho County government is the legitimate owner of the lands on behalf of the local community.
Filed a petition for abrogation of due process by National Land Commission for moving in illegally to subdivide a leasehold property, plan, survey and settle without the authority of Kericho County government, which is the owner of the said 2 parcels of land. We've also infringed the domain on aspects of constitutional infringement under Article 47, where we are saying the community surrounding the parcels of Kericho County was not involved through public participation and any written notice.
We also saw the other day the Member of Parliament for Muhoroni, the Honorable Koyo, table a statement in the National Assembly on the same matter. We're asking Koyo, you do not know where your boundaries are? Koyo, you're a Member of Parliament for Muhoroni. Where are the boundaries? Where are the polling stations that fall in your constituency? Is there any polling station in the said parcel of land that is in your constituency? Please pay a visit to the nearest electoral commission and acquaint yourself with the polling stations within your constituency.
The principal of Munyuki High School, Mr. Simon Shange, was found deceased in Lugari. His remains were discovered in the Kipkaren River 2 weeks after going missing. Mr. Shange was buried at his residence in Lukuyani, Kakamega County, with the leaders calling for a swift investigation to apprehend those responsible.
Akifanya mafunzo yake ya ualimu, akawa mkakamavu. Nadhani hata kuna examiners wa Kiswahili. Ingawa mimi nilikuwa deputy Kevee Girls, lakini miaka mitatu
any teacher who is threatened, any teacher who is insecure wherever he or she may be, we take it without any reservation, whether there is a replacement or no replacement, because life is more important and precious than being in that particular school.
Gari iligongewa Tarbo. 10 kilometers away, mwili imepatikana river Kipkaren. Yani huyo mtu hata kama alitaka commit suicide, si angetoka hapo kwa accident scene, anguke river Lumakanda, mbona alicross river Lumakanda akaenda river Kipkaren? 10 kilometers away.
Investigation is now being done by the homicide team from Nairobi. And we are demanding for a report. Mbunge wa Kaspul alipigwa risasi. It took less than 1 week that already apprehended those who were involved. Sisi tunataka haki kwa walimu.
Well, may the family of Mr. Simon Shange find justice. We hereby conclude our live coverage for this evening. We appreciate your presence and your choice to stay informed with Younib TV. We will continue to deliver these and more latest updates as they unfold. For further stories and in-depth coverage, stay tuned and visit our social media platforms at Younib TV or our website at www.younibtv.com. My name is Joseph Kamau, and on behalf of the entire Younib team, I wish you a lovely good night.